Okay, here's the exact same story told in super simple, friendly gossip style, like we're just chatting in the school cafeteria. Same info, same length, no extra stuff, no shortcuts. For more than 40 years, Pat Sajak has been the fun guy hosting one of America's favorite game shows, Wheel of Fortune. With his jokes and happy energy, he made millions of people smile every night. Everyone agrees Pat is a total legend, and he'll always be remembered as one of the best game show hosts ever. But sadly, Pat recently said he's retiring and leaving the show after such a long time. Fans who love watching him every day are super sad that their favorite host won't be on TV anymore. Everyone's excited and nervous to see what happens next. Why did he really decide to leave after all these years? Who's gonna be the new host? Come on, let's spill the tea on this big surprise and what's coming for Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak was born on October 26, 1940, in Chicago, Illinois. He grew up on the west side of Chicago with Polish-American parents. He wasn't close to his dad, Leonard Sajak, or his dad's family. His parents split up when he was really little, and his mom, Joyce Sajak, married Walter back in 1956. Pat's dad died in 1961, and after that, Pat lost touch with that whole side of the family. He went to Farragut High School and graduated in 1964. Then he started going to Columbia College in Chicago while working nights as a desk clerk at the Palmer House Hilton Hotel. Pat got hooked on TV super young. He loved watching Jack Paar on The Tonight Show. In an interview in 2012, he told the Hoover Institution, "I'd sneak out of bed not to hang with friends or anything, just to watch Jack and see what he was doing." Jack Paar was basically his hero. He started his career in 1966 as an announcer at a tiny local radio station. He even won a contest at college to be a teen DJ on WLS Adio's Dick Biondi show. His broadcasting teacher, Al Parker, told him a local station, WEDC, needed a news guy. Pat applied and got the job working from midnight to 6 a.m. Then in 1967, he joined the Army and served for 2 years. When he got sent to Vietnam, he became a DJ for the Army radio station in Saigon. After the Army let him go in 1970, he had a hard time finding another radio job. He finally moved to Nashville and worked at the NBC station WSM as a DJ and TV announcer. He filled in for newscasters a lot, so when the weekend weatherman quit, they gave the job to Pat. People loved Pat's funny personality. The big NBC station in Los Angeles, KNBC, noticed him and hired him as a weatherman in 1977. Doing the weather in LA put him in front of huge TV bosses, and even Jack Paar wrote him a nice letter saying, "Good job. Merv Griffin, the guy who made Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, saw him too." When Wheel of Fortune needed a new host in 1981, Merv convinced NBC to pick Pat. Some people weren't sure at first because Pat wasn't super famous yet, but they gave him the chance anyway. He hosted his very first Wheel of Fortune episode on December 28, 1980. That same day, they added the bonus round where the winner gets to solve one more puzzle for extra prizes. While he hosted, Pat also helped the players behind the scenes and chatted with the audience. At first, his co-host was Susan Stafford. She stood by the letterboard and flipped the letters when players guessed right. When Susan left in 1982 to go study psychology, Vanna White took over. Vanna got so popular that by 1988, the New York Times joked that Pat was basically known as Vanna White's co-host. In September 1983, Wheel started airing at night, too, not just daytime, so way more people could watch. At first, only a few stations could fit the whole hour, so Merv brought back Jeopardy with Alex Trebek and put the Tibau shows together. It worked like magic. By 1986, Wheel and Jeopardy were the two most-watched shows in syndication. Pat got super famous. He even co-hosted the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade from 1984 to 1986. In 1989, CBS gave him his own late-night talk show called The Pat Sajak Show, and Jack Parr was actually one of the guests. It only lasted until 1990. When Pat took that job, he had to leave the daytime Wheel of Fortune. Rolf Benirschke replaced him for a bit, then Bob Goen when it moved to CBS. But Pat kept hosting the nighttime version everyone loved. In the 1990s, Pat started buying radio stations because he loved broadcasting so much. In 1998, he bought WNAV in Annapolis, Maryland, and in 2005, he got to TTR in Westminster, Maryland. He later sold WTR in 2013 for $325,000 and WNAV in 2021 for $11,000. He even gave WNAV $100,000 to help them move. He also started little companies called Pat Productions and Bojack Records to make TV and music ideas. Outside the show, Pat is pretty open about being conservative and shares his real opinions about Hollywood stuff. In 2018, he came back for season 36 and officially became the longest-running game show host ever, beating Bob Barker. Guinness World Records said so on the episode that aired May 8, 2019. He's won tons of awards: People's Choice in 1987, Daytime Emmys in 1993, 1990, and 1998, a Lifetime Achievement Emmy in 2011, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1994. Pat has been married to Leslie Brown since 1989. His first marriage to Cheryl Sajak, 1979 to 1986, didn't last. He met Leslie through friends, and they've been together ever since. They live in Severna Park, Maryland, and have a second house in Los Angeles. Leslie's been on Wheel a bunch of times and even hosted an anniversary special. Pat says marrying Leslie made him the happiest guy ever. She's super supportive. They have two kids, Patrick Michael James Sajak, born in September 1990, he's a doctor now, graduated medical school in 2021, and Maggie Sajak, born in 1995, who's a country singer. Maggie has filled in on the show, too. She even turned letters for a bit when Vanna was hosting. Besides TV, Pat loves baseball. He's a huge Baltimore Orioles fan, writes columns for conservative websites, and even has a pilot's license. In 2012, he called some spring training Orioles games. He also made a cool educational video about the Constitution at George Washington's Mount Vernon, playing a reporter. He's a Republican, used to write for Human Events magazine, and has a podcast on the conservative site Ricochet. In 2019, Pat had scary emergency surgery for a blocked intestine. Vanna hosted while he got better. After that, he started talking more about watching his health and maybe retiring soon. He's also a huge hockey fan, has season tickets for the Philadelphia Flyers, and skated on the ice before a Stanley Cup Finals game in 2018. Everyone agrees Pat changed game shows forever with his jokes, kindness to players, and just being himself. He's also done tons of charity work and uses his fame to help people. Pat's net worth is over $75 million. He's been hosting Wheel since 1981 and makes about $15 million a year. He and Vanna only film 4 days a month, but those days are long. A whole season is 195 episodes. They also do Celebrity Wheel of Fortune that started in 2021. Pat makes another $15 million a year just from the Wheel of Fortune slot machines in casinos. On June 12, 2023, Pat shocked everyone by tweeting that Season 41, starting September 2023, would be his last. He wrote, "Well, the time has come. I've decided that our 41st season will be my last. It's been a great ride." Vanna and tons of fans thanked him right away. People started guessing if Vanna would take over. She's been on the show over 40 years and has hosted when Pat was out. Vanna said Pat is impossible to replace, but she'd think about it if they asked. Fans also started buzzing that Pat's daughter Maggie, who's 28, might be next. She's already the show's social media girl, filled in as letter turner, and even hosted a holiday special where Pat said out loud, "Wow, she's actually really good at this." That made everyone talk even more. In an interview in 2022, Pat already hinted the end was close. He told Entertainment Tonight, "We're not doing this another 40 years. The end is near." Then in April 2023, he suddenly walked off during a taping, and the announcer Jim Thornton had to finish the bonus round. Fans freaked out, but it turned out to be nothing big. The real reason Pat is retiring? He's 77 and just wants to chill and spend more time with his family, away from the crazy schedule. On June 27, 2023, they announced Ryan Seacrest will be the new host starting the 2024-2025 season. Ryan signed a big deal and will even help produce. Pat says he loves the choice and trusts Ryan to keep the show awesome with Vanna, who's staying at least until 2026. Even though he's retiring, Pat will stick around as a consultant for 3 years to help Ryan take over smoothly. And that's the end of a huge era for Wheel of Fortune. Pat and Vanna have been America's favorite TV duo since 1981.